All right. Hello, everyone. Sorry for the delay. Audio issues on my end. I'm here with
At least it was
Allison, True
your
Crime
end.
Analyst. Yeah, I know, right? Um, I know. I felt so bad because you're always like having audio issues and stuff, and I always wanted to try to help or like trying to get the to screen share, but
Yeah.
it's hard to like give instructions like if you're not
Oh,
there,
yeah, I know.
like
But
doing
hey,
it.
at least I can post a comment if I need to
Yeah.
and see it,
um,
see the
you
chat.
use two monitors, right?
Well, I usually do at home, but I'm at my mom's
Yeah.
and I've got, oh, hello,
Hey,
Cynthia.
Cynthia.
I can see
Um,
the comments too. Thank you, Megan. You got it fixed
yeah,
for me.
yeah. I don't know if I've tried doing it that way that you did, but I don't know why it wouldn't let you sign in. That's weird.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, so
Hello,
there,
Susan.
hey,
Hello,
Susan,
Lily.
Lily.
You got some people coming in. We're not going to be alone tonight.
Yeah, I was gonna my stream last night. It was kind of late, so I was like, well, I don't know if anybody's gonna be there for the first few minutes or at all. So I'll just play Bookworm. It's this word game that I play. It's like
I
it's a
zonked out last night. Oh,
yeah.
I was so tired.
So I had Bookworm all prepared, and then like there was like people that were like there right away. So like Cynthia was like she was there. She was one of the first ones there, and and I was like, well, I guess I don't have to play Bookworm anymore now. So that was cool. I had like 20 people in there last night.
Oh,
I'm
see, I
actually
always miss
surprised
the good ones.
for not being. It wasn't. I mean, it really wasn't that good. I was just rambling.
You're
I couldn't
always
remember
good.
anything. I couldn't even remember Amber Fry's name. I'm like, what's
Yeah,
going
that's
on?
okay. Those are the best streams when we just wing it. When somebody wings it and just jabbers, those are the best
Yeah,
to me.
Cameron.
If you
I
guys
forgot to
hear any
send you.
background noise, I'm actually at my mom's and her and my dog sleeping. So I'm outside on the back porch, which is so nice. It's misty and rainy, but um so if you guys hear there's somebody sounds like pounding nails into something down the road and traffic a little bit on the front side of the house. So
I mean,
forgive me.
I don't hear anything yet, but what was I gonna say? Oh, but you did miss yesterday. So I went to go get a thumbnail for the because I didn't feel like making one because it was like last minute. So I just googled like Chris Watts memes or something, and then so all these like funny things came up. And then do you remember the picture of uh when Chris and his mom and dad and Jamie were in that like picture when they're younger? They have like the family
Yes.
photo. Okay, well,
Yes.
so that popped up with like wording on it, but then I'm like, why does that picture look so familiar? And I'm like, and it just like clicked in my head, and I was like, the the Hammer murders, the Colorado Hammer murders that happened in 1984. That
Yeah.
the connection that I brought up in one of my videos that's linked to because Shanann was born in 1984, and then Tammy Lee's like tells Chris about how this guy killed this family with a ball peen hammer, and then when I went to go search for it, one of the people that he killed before the Bennett family, this woman he killed on January 10th, 1984, which is Shanann's birthday. So I'm like,
Oh
oh,
my
yeah. So I'm like, of course, like everything they show us is for a reason. Like it means
And
something.
what's sad,
And so, huh?
I said, what's really sad,
You're cutting out. Uh-oh. We lost her to the rain. Oh,
what'd you say?
you there? I was like, oh, we lost her. Um,
No, I just said it's so important that because a lot of people don't know they would see that and not put two. I probably wouldn't have put two and two together on that.
yeah,
But you did. That's why it's so important for you to talk about this stuff to wake people up.
yeah. But no, I agree. But I can't believe I didn't notice it before. But so that if you Google um that picture of the Watt, I mean of the Watts family, and then
You cut
Google
out
the
there for
Bennett.
a minute now.
Oh, I did. Okay. And then Google the Bennett family murders. Their picture will pop up of their family, and it looks almost identical.
The Bennett family murders.
Yeah, Bennett family murders,
Okay.
1984. Yeah, it's like Cynthia. Cynthia was there, and she's like, yeah, it's pretty close. Like, and then there's the Eileen. Is it Eileen Warren? I always forget which one has it, or is it which one has the scar on her neck? I always forget that the
Dar Dar
Darcy.
Daria the Texas girl
Darlie.
that
Yeah,
Darlie Router.
yeah. She so like she has a scar on her neck, and then Shanann's got that scar on her neck, and then um what's her face? What's her face? I can't even think.
So did that one girl that her husband blew up the house with him and the kids in it. Susan Powell.
Yeah.
She had a scar on her neck too.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Huh.
Sure did.
Well, then that's interesting. And then the Thayers interview, Amanda Thayer is wearing one diamond earring or one earring, and O.J. Simpson in the O.J. Simpson case, what's her name? Simpson,
Nicole.
Yeah, Nicole Simpson. She was found when the police found her. She was only wearing one earring. Like, it's like they're just literally incorporating like the same thing that the producers of American Horror Story do into the Watts narrative. Like, it blows my mind still. Like, I can't get over it. But that's what they're doing. Like Officer Ted Bundy. Like, really? Like,
Yeah.
like
Yep.
Ted Bundy, Ted Bundy. And it's like, it's not just one thing. It's not just like, I'm like, oh yeah, it sounds just like Ted Bundy, so it must be fake. Like, no, it's like a just a huge amount of like connections that like just it's you can't ignore them, and it's like, how many times does something have to happen to where it's not coincidental anymore?
Yep. Oh, definitely not coincidental.
And then what was the other one? There's like so many. This is what I was doing last night. I kept going like, I'm like, I don't know what to talk about because there's so much. So I'm just all over
I
the
do
place.
want to talk about that one you sent me and they found her safe. Something's off with that. That's weird.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Susan says, have you seen the evidence showing a Nicole is now living as her sister? Nicole Kessinger? See, that would not surprise me one bit.
Is the evidence
Do you know
showing?
how to pull up stuff up on like screen share, Megan?
Yeah, but I'm only using one monitor because
Oh, yeah.
I'm at my friend's, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if that'll work or
I'll
not.
look it up. I'll look. Oh, Nicole Brown Simpson. Okay. I have heard that several times. It looks just like her.
And Nicole living as her sister. Huh, interesting.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people on TikTok talk about that.
Have you heard the conspiracy theory about Katy Perry being John Benet Ramsey?
Yep, heard that
It
too.
looks like her. It
It
totally looks like her too.
Identical.
I don't know if
And
I
they
want to go
say,
down that rabbit
well,
hole.
they say that one of them's older, Katy Perry or whatever. They can change the damn birth dates. People are dumb if they don't think they can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, and then you can give anybody. They can give anybody a different identity. It'd be so easy.
Yep.
Like, if we can change our name legally fairly easily, then why can somebody else? They can make their digital footprint disappear. And Nicole Kessinger doesn't even have a digital footprint. So,
what's crazy
like,
is
that wouldn't be that hard.
Yeah, I was watching the ID channel last night, and there was some murder thing on from 2007 or whatever, and it come from Weld County. And guess who was the journalist that went out there?
Wait, say that again.
Eaton.
Who went out to what journal?
Nate Eaton.
Yeah.
I think any case he does.
I don't know who that is. Who is that?
Nate Eaton, Idaho journalist. He's the one that covered the Idaho 4. He's covered several. Oh my gosh. Come on, help me out, guys. Sharon Tate. Yep. You don't know Nate Eaton?
I no.
Oh, he's
I
the
feel like I
biggest.
should though.
But he is a journalist, but he's not somebody like that.
Is he like
No, not Jonathan Lee.
no?
No,
Okay.
nothing. He's like a normal journalist.
Yeah.
He covered the Lori Vallow and Chad
But he
Daybell
just
case.
happens to be like the main one for all these
Yes.
cases. Yeah, okay, that's interesting. It sounds
Yes.
familiar, but like I guess I probably didn't even
Yes.
think about
He
it.
used to do his brother, but I haven't seen the brother. But his wife helps him out a lot now. But let me tell you, there's something shady, and he's he pushes, the SDA, is it SDA or LDS? LDS.
What?
Oh, the Latter Day Saints,
Oh, okay.
the church cult that's in Utah mainly. I mean, it's everywhere,
What is it?
but
Jesus Christ
it's
of Latter-day Saints.
yep, yep.
Yeah.
Anyways, the Vallow and the Daybell and all that, they were all part of that, and that's why she killed her kids, is because God told her to, which we all know. It's just, I'm sorry, that is a joke. That did not happen, any of it. I
Yeah.
truly believe that. And
Um,
anyways, he went to Florida when her and Chad got married and doing their little hula dancing, and yeah,
yeah, it's like he's the only journalist that could cover like these cases. Like that's
he's the one that covers the ones that hit, like I said, any one case that is all over and everybody's talking about it on YouTube. Those you might as well guarantee it's a psyop. I don't know, should I say that? I probably shouldn't have said that.
yeah, it's okay. It doesn't. I mean,
Okay, I don't want to get you in trouble.
but like I'm just I try to be careful, but I'm like I'm not going to completely censor myself either. Like if I don't have to say it, I won't. But I'm definitely not going to start saying unalived. I think that's
Yeah,
absolutely ridiculous.
yeah. Susan, and what Sharon Tate? What about Sharon?
Oh, I've heard
Do
that
you
as
think
well. That the
that?
Manson murders were a psyop
And
as well.
well, yeah, think about it. And she was just saying she went down a major rabbit hole on the Manson. See, I would love for other people, and I'm not saying, Susan, you have to come up, but one night I would love for other people to come
Yeah,
up.
that
I
would be
learned so much from other people. I mean, look what I learned from little Miss Megan here. I mean, she totally tore my world upside down, and that is the truth.
I'll
When
be
I
right
woke
back.
up,
Okay, Allison. I
okay,
gotta
when
open
I
the door.
woke up real quick. I don't know if you guys ever heard the story with me and her, but I one of my other friends was told me to come over there, and so I did, and that's when I really started looking into the Watts case, and she was saying all this stuff, and she was never rude to me, and I was just like, come on now, I can't believe you're saying this about this poor woman and her children. Why would this happen? Blah, blah, blah. And I was never rude to her either. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to listen to this and I'm going to prove this girl right, because it's almost like I had a weird connection with Shanann. I had two little girls in 2003 and 2004 that were 13 months apart. I was a lot like Shanann, very outgoing. Then she was diagnosed with lupus. I was diagnosed with lupus. I just felt we had all this in common. They tore at my heartstrings, exactly what they did. And I even bought into that stupid Thrive, which that's a cult in all itself. Hey, Becky. And yeah, I said, okay, I'm going to prove this girl wrong. And I went back and I listened to every video she had and all the American. And the only thing it did was prove her right. And I was devastated that our government, our world could do this to us. But now I know why they do it. So everything makes sense. And then it's crazy, but it brought me closer to God too.
Okay, sorry about that.
Nope, you're fine.
My friend's nephew just showed up, so he's talking to me.
Oh,
I
okay.
wanted to say real quick,
Cynthia
did you
said
notice in that new that case that I sent you? Because Cynthia told me about it. Did you
that's
see
what I
that
was talking about.
the city,
Yeah.
oh, the city or the county or whatever is Wiley, but it's Y, or I mean WYLIE.
And that's the one I said they found her all of a sudden safe and
Hey
sound.
Beck, yeah,
Is that, yeah. And I said something doesn't add up with that.
that's like
Um,
literally like lie in the word there. It's like so crazy.
Cynthia wants to know more about NK living as her sister. It wasn't NK, Cynthia. It was Nicole Simpson, because I thought that too. But that totally makes sense. Nicole, I mean, look at her sister.
I didn't know she had. I didn't see. I didn't. I was pretty.
Oh, she's doing all sorts of, like when OJ died and stuff, she did all sorts of interviews and stuff. And she's always doing interviews
Oh, okay.
about.
Yeah, I didn't. I don't know a whole bunch about the O.J. Simpson case. I just remember being like young and just remembering the chase or whatever, and like how slow it was. Like I
I
was like,
was,
why are they so slow? They're driving so slow. They can't catch up to, like. But
I was, I was getting ready for work when the verdict, and I wanted him to be found guilty so bad, and I was devastated when he was found innocent.
yeah,
I mean, you think about it, just like I want to look into the Natalie Holloway to see if that is any, look at that
yeah.
whole thing. Her mom dated John Benet Ramsey's dad, John Ramsey.
Oh,
Did you know that?
no. See, I don't know
Yeah,
a lot about
they
is the Natalie Holloway one the one where they were abroad?
yes, she was
Okay.
graduated. She was on her senior trip,
Yeah, and
and
she
that
was staying
one,
with roommates, right? And then the roommates got killed or
no,
something? Oh.
no, the she went to a casino and then a bar with some
Oh,
guy.
which is the one where that she was abroad and
I haven't,
she
I've
allegedly
seen a
killed her
little bit.
roommate or something?
Yeah,
Which one was
I
that?
don't
I can't remember
know.
that one was. Someone in
All
chat
I
will know.
know is when Tori and Katie were little, I followed that Natalie Holloway case every night on Nancy Drake. Or is it Nancy Drake?
Uh,
Is that her
uh,
name? Nancy Drake?
Grace.
Grace.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Amanda
well
Knox. Yes, Beck, thank you.
then I found out John Ramsey dated Natalie's mother.
Small world. Um,
Exactly.
I remember
Amanda Knox. Amanda
yeah,
Knox.
Amanda Knox. I remember
Yes.
going to take my car into the shop, and this was right around the time of the oh my god, I just had her name in my head. The one that she oh my god, I did the same thing last night. Um, Jodi Arias. Jodi Arias. I remember
Oh,
because I didn't follow like any of the stuff at all, like when that was going on. And I remember walking into the mechanic shop, and the the customers are sitting down, and then all the mechanics are like, you know, circled around this little teeny tiny TV, and I'm like, hey, like, and they're like, shh. I'm like, what? They're like, they're gonna say the verdict. I'm like, what are you talking about? They're like, Jodi Arias, and I'm like, okay, excuse me. It was just really funny. I just remember like laughing about that because they're all huddled, like these burly mechanics are just huddled around this little TV waiting for the verdict of Jodi Arias. But
yeah. Do
um,
you think that's real or not?
I I don't know. See, I don't know enough about like
See, I
um
don't know Amanda
about it. I
Knox
mean,
very
it was
well.
here. It was. I think that's why that too. It was a big deal because and why they were because she was in Arizona and Tempe. But like the what's the one? I see. I can't even think. I can't even remember these cases anymore. What's the one where she killed her daughter? Like, and she went out and partied.
Oh, I seen that not too long ago.
I
Her
can't.
daughter had long dark hair.
No,
She
no.
just got released from prison. No? Okay.
Oh, long dark hair. Casey
Yeah.
Anthony. Yes,
Casey
I know.
Anthony.
It's like
Oh,
I'm
that
so
one.
so
Yeah, that's definitely I don't believe that was real.
yeah. So and like I said, I don't know enough about the Jodi area. So like I'd have to go and like look into it more to definitely.
I mean,
But
all
if I
these
had
cases.
to give you an answer, I would say, in my opinion, yeah, I don't think that they're. I don't think. I don't think. true crime is true anymore.
Oh,
Like
it's not.
anything that's considered true crime, like, and I was trying to I look it up. I'm like, what's the difference between true crime and like regular
Yep.
crime? But to
Yep.
me, like what I was getting from when I was reading about true crime is that like it's a story. Because like
Yep.
you hear about true crime in novels and books,
Yep.
you know,
Well,
and I'm like,
with Harry Milligan, Megan, I always said, not just Harry, but there's so many missing people. Why
yeah,
do they
mhm,
pick this certain case, this certain person?
yeah,
Well, those are the ones that everybody's talking about on social media. A lot of times you don't even hear about it on the news as much as you do YouTube and
right,
TikTok, and but they're all talking about, just like the Micah Miller thing.
yeah.
Now JP just got arrested.
Oh,
Not
really?
for her, but for something else. I don't remember what it was. But all these cases going back, it just makes you wonder. Oh my gosh, it's crazy.
Yeah, it is. And it seems like once like the mainstream media is done like kind of pushing it, like, you'll notice that like people magazine will keep up with, or like continue to come out with stories, or the Daily Mail, and that's what I was talking about last night. I was like, I would be very cautious of any stories or any cases that the Daily Mail and the Sun and
Yep.
what's the other one I said, People, if they're covering it, it's more than likely it's a story at best. It's just a story.
Yep. Oh,
I
I
mean,
agree, Cynthia.
I'm gonna real
Sorry.
quick. How do I share this out? Stream. Oh yeah.
Share what?
Oh, I just want to put it in my community post. I think that maybe helped last night get some people in there
Oh, are
so they
you
don't get notifications.
serious, Lily? Lily said she recently learned the author Anne Perry, who's now deceased, was a murderer at the age of 15. She served 5 years and changed her name. I'm pretty sure my aunt used to read her books. Is she a well-known? The name sounds familiar. Anne Perry. I may be wrong. I got to ask her. I'm going to have to look into that too. You know a lot about the Darlie Routier or whatever. She says she believes it's 99% real and she's guilty. Yeah, see, I don't know a whole lot about that one or that Amanda Knox one. Do you guys believe the Amanda Knox one is real? I don't know a lot about it to even make a comment on that one. True crime fiction writer. Wow. I'm good, JYD. Hope you're doing well.
Hey JY.
There are YouTubers there, Becky Boo. Oh, on Delphi. Yeah, they're that Truth and Transparency. She went from like 900 subscribers. I think when she first came out, it was mainly drama. She fought with like Natasha Cooper. I don't know if any of you guys knew her.
Mhm.
She was all drama. And then she got into the Idaho 4 and the Delphi. Now she's way up there in subscribers. But I
So
mean,
I just need to cause drama, and Allison, you and
well,
I,
she's
and
another
we'll get some.
JLR.
Yeah, yeah, no, I
And
know.
Betty, well, hey, what do you think about the injunction that was served with the Sebastian Rogers family against these YouTubers?
Yeah, Cynthia was telling me about that, and that's
Yeah,
pretty
now they don't
interesting.
want money. They don't want money. No, they do not want any monetization over this. No money. The only thing they want is for them to quit talking about Sebastian and the
Yeah.
case.
Well, let me guess that they all inserted themselves into the true
Yep,
crime community, right?
yep. Well, you
They're
got the
just
dad.
contradicting themselves, like
You've got
like
the
Rusex did.
yeah, you've got the dad who mods for allegedly with Brittany J, drama queen. He's drama. I mean, it's a nut. That's why I can't even go over to that.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's like true crime is more to me. It seems like a soap opera.
It's definitely a soap opera, and it can be very addictive. I had to pull myself away because I would get on and say, I wonder what's going on with this one. And here I'm spending my time watching two people bash each other and call each other terrible names. No, I'm not doing this with my life. No. So I got out of there and thank God.
Yeah.
Amanda Overstreet case. I haven't heard of that one. Amanda Overstreet. I agree, Becky Boo, and the Delphi. Both.
Is that new, Cynthia?
Yeah, I haven't heard of this Amanda Overstreet.
Oh, and if any of you guys that are following any of the cases and you hear anything about shoes, please let me know.
Let her know. Well, every case we've talked about, there's shoes somewhere involved in it.
Yeah.
Look at Sebastian. He went outside with no shoes. He left with shoes on.
So did Tristan.
Yep.
What was his name? Was it Aiden or whatever? Aiden something.
Aiden,
yeah, he didn't have any shoes.
Yep.
And then they're like in the news anchor's like, he didn't have any shoes on. They saw him on the CCTV. Yep. He didn't have any shoes on. Like, how many? And then his mom comes in when he's at the police station. Why didn't you have any shoes on? Like, I'm like, okay, you're gonna just run that into the ground, aren't you? We get it. He didn't have shoes on.
And then of course you got Trump when he was about to be assassinated, wanted his shoes.
Yeah. That sealed the deal for me.
More about that. Anyway, Cynthia said they found her head and hands in a freezer. She had been missing for 20 years and never reported missing. Wow. Is this new on? Are they just talking about this now? Because I have not heard of it.
Yeah, the Idaho 4 back
has fingers in triangle on pictures of him. I've seen them. Yep. Becky, I've seen the pictures with his fingers doing the sign.
Oh, is he? Does he?
Oh, yeah.
Like the court officer in the Watts case?
Triangle.
Yeah. They like to do that.
Yep.
And then just like, it's just so ridiculous. I was talking about it last night. Just when evidence gets destroyed, like or if it goes missing, it's a huge, huge red flag. And like one of the characteristics of like the orchestrated events, like,
yep,
you can't, like, Chris could have appealed. Chris Watts, he could have appealed. He could have, like, what if it did go to trial and then you just sold off his work truck, the vehicle that he used to allegedly transport his dead family members, like the bodies of his family members, like, that's evidence. You can't just like get rid of it. And then they have the Idaho 4 murders, and they demolished the house. They demolished Survey 319, like,
and that house was pretty nice.
Yeah, just like, and then I saw somewhere a link to some article saying why the dad of one of the victims of the Idaho 4 felt it necessary to demolish the house, but I didn't click on it because I was like, it's just going to be propaganda.
Yeah,
so
it gets frustrating. And then you've got these people that, well, I was one of those people. Oh, that's awful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
like
you were one of the people that, like, although I didn't like know you at the time, is why I was so like hesitant of being so transparent, because I didn't want to offend anybody. I didn't want to offend people that were affected.
I told the ones that were in the chat when you went somewhere for a minute. I told there was like 5 or 6 people in here. I told them the whole story. I said, you was never ever rude to me. I was never rude to you. I just thought, you know what? I'm gonna go research myself. So that's when I went back and watched all your videos and the American Horse. I watched everything and I tried to prove you wrong and it proved you right. And it just flipped my whole world upside down at that point. Yeah. Everything changed for me, but it also brought me closer to God, because everything made sense to me of how they manipulate and what they're capable of doing and what they're capable, or what they've done in the past, and what's, there's more to come. And I'm thankful. I am so thankful for you, Megan. So thankful, because that's why I say it's so important that you talk about it. Because if you could get one more person just to open, I mean, I'm not, I, I'm not tooting I don't talk a lot about it on my YouTube because it's mainly Harry. But I do some conspiracies, which I probably need to, since I don't care if I lose my channel now or not. I can make a new one. Everybody else does.
Yeah.
But, you know, I have woke so many people up, my family.
Yeah, you were telling me that. That's great. Because I remember
Like,
that
you
you
know,
guys
I've
would
got
like,
some
you know, bat
friends,
heads.
and yes, yes. And now my mom, she's constantly sending me stuff. Look at this, Allie. Look at this. And, you
That's
know,
funny.
she was a huge Trump supporter like I was. And now she sends me stuff all the time. And she's really got her eye on old Baron Trump for some reason. She thinks there's
Yeah,
something shady with him, and I agree.
I was looking at his hands during the like, I
Yep.
don't want to get into political talk, but I was looking at his hands during the, what was it, for the, when he got whatever, when they knew he won or whatever. He was doing some weird stuff with his really
Yep.
long fingers. But yeah, that's just
But
I
that's
don't
why
know.
I'm
But
constantly, I love when you go live, and love when I'm able to join, because I learn something new every night with you, and then the chat. I
yeah,
learn a lot from your
so do
chat
I.
too,
Yeah, because I
and I'm
definitely
so
don't know
appreciative.
everything by far. So, but and that's the thing too with like these cases is like I always say how the more tragic the better, because it's to affect, you know, individuals like yourself who, you know, you have kids, you have lupus, so that like double affected you, you know, and
Yep.
to make you you know, feel for Shanann and like it and resonate with her. So and that's just, you're just one person, let alone, you know, however many other people it's affected. So
Yep.
but
Yeah, because
that's
boy,
what
they do.
it's you know, pointed at like women mainly, you know, to set
Yep.
fear and you know, but
But I mean, we live in an evil, evil world. And I mean, I always knew it wasn't a very good world, but I had no idea what they're capable of. And now that I know,
how
like,
much deceit is out
I don't
there.
trust anybody, any of them, none of them. Government, you know, even the church, my church. I quit going to church because their views are different than mine, and I go with what the Bible says. And
Hey Dave.
um, but I just know I have a good relationship with God now, and I'm very thankful for that.
That's awesome. That's it. I know I always
Hey,
want to tell your
Dave.
story because I know I want people to hear it because it's that's important as well. Um,
Yeah.
and I mean, and it just so happens that you were a little bit, you know, a little bit easier to break, you know, than, or not break, I guess, but that's what, like, not a great
Well,
word,
I
but you know what
just
I'm
thought,
saying? Like you made it a point to go and try to debunk me, you know, a lot of people
yeah.
won't do that. And that's the problem. And
Well,
whether it be because they don't want, you know, cognitive dissonance is like, is a, it plays a huge like factor into like seeing the truth.
and the way what I come from is why would they
Hey,
do
Christine.
this? You know, it doesn't make sense, but it does. Once you see it, you can't
Doesn't it? It
unsee it.
totally does. It's like once you see it from a different perspective, like, and from, you know, it all, like everything, all the questions that people ask, like, why did they do this? Why did law enforcement do that? Why did Rourke do that? Why isn't Kissinger coming out? Where did she go? Like, it all makes sense. Like, and you don't have,
Yes.
the thing is with that is you don't, I don't need to know every single answer to like the whys, or like where's Shanann and the girls, or where's Nicole Kessler. Like, I don't need to know that to be able to sleep at night knowing what I know about the case, or in these cases. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that would be, I mean, fine that if I knew, and I wouldn't be having to sit here and try to, you know, convince
Well,
people that something else is going on. But again, it's like I'm it's not affecting my life like it is a lot of like many other people. I can sleep at night and I'm not, it's not overwhelming like my life. So
Yeah. I get frustrated at times, don't get me wrong. Like, when you're trying to talk to someone and they look at you and like, oh, you're just one of those conspiracy theorists, blah, blah, blah. Well, you know what? You'll find out in the end, bud.
yeah. Well, and
You
that's the
will.
thing too with the cognitive dissonance is nobody wants to know that they've been duped.
Yeah.
They can say, oh, I don't care. Like, but no, nobody wants to admit that they've been duped, or know that they've been duped, let alone admit to it. Especially when it's
Especially,
something that you've believed for such a long time. I mean, whether it be a month or like 5 years, but
yeah,
that's what
yeah,
the psychological part of it is all about. And if everybody knew like what we know, like
yep.
then that wouldn't be a very good psychological operation,
And
like that's the whole point of them.
what's real crazy is it starts off as, way up high, even down to, I used to be a huge Garth Brooks fan, and I used to love Luke Bryan. I refuse to listen to any of that kind of any music
Mm-hmm.
because I don't know if I mean, I'm sure you guys know. I mean, just the things, the wording, what they've done, what they do. I mean, you got like Taylor Swift. One of my best friends, who is that guy, Jelly Roll or something?
Mm-hmm.
She is a huge fan, and her husband, she's all excited. She got like third row seats. He paid buku money for this con, and you know, she wants. I mean, she just told me I don't want to hear it. I'm not going to listen. I said okay, but so I said I'm going to send you one. I said this is what he looked like before he became famous. Now look at him. Same with Taylor Swift. Now
Mm-hmm.
look at her. Look at her videos.
Yeah,
Justin Bieber.
I just
And
watched it. Yeah.
oh, that the video, the pictures I sent before and after, and she goes, it does make a person wonder why they're dressed as the devil.
Mm-hmm.
Bingo.
Yeah, because they sell their souls.
Yep.
I don't know for what, but for fame, I guess. But there's
And
a
they tell it. They tell everybody.
yeah.
They tell
I know it's
people.
literally like right in their faces, and
Yep.
they
They
mock
sell their souls. They
it.
drink the red juice. They tell
And
it. And people just think they're joking. No, they're
and
not.
a lot of Taylor Swift's fans are they're young girls like Lady Gaga and
Yeah.
Katy Perry and Beyonce, and they're just flaunting it like right in their faces, and they have no idea.
Yeah.
And come to find out, Taylor Swift doesn't even really sing at her concerts. She freaking
Yeah.
mimes them.
I think a lot of them do that.
Can you
They
imagine
found
paying
out
that many
J
tickets,
Lo.
that much money for a ticket, and then not even like you're just pretty much going there to see your dance?
I mean,
Like I'd be,
they
I like that.
say at these concerts, especially like Taylor Swift, and then that one guy who had the concert where people died and several people was hurt, and he was the guy that
Oh yeah,
his
I did a live
name.
stream on it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, they say that they almost go into a trance when they're at these
Travis
concerts. A lot of people said that
that they what?
they went into a trance, like they were there. They didn't. They don't remember a lot of things. I mean, that's scary. I've told my kids, my oldest is 33, my middle's 20, and my youngest is 19. You will not be going to any
33, huh?
concerts.
I'm just kidding.
Yep, she turned 33 in May. She'll be 34 in May. But yeah, Travis Scott, yes,
Yeah, there was a
Becky.
lot of symbolism in that
Oh,
live stream.
that was a scary. That was scary to even cover that, to look into it. Ugh, just almost made you feel nauseous.
Yeah, and
What about the Ariana
not a good
Grande
he's not a good
concert?
he's not talented at all, in my opinion.
Yeah, hypnotizing. That's what they felt. Um, Becky, or not Becky Boo, Adrian. JYD. Remember the Ariana Grande? See, I don't know anything about her. I don't remember the concert or a concert. What happened? Yeah, it was creepy, Becky. Ugh. In Manchester.
Oh yeah, because people got killed at their Ariana Grande concert too.
Oh, wow. Susan said kids that went to the Travis Scott concerts, they're losing their memories afterwards. Yeah, that's what those
Weird.
people, they don't remember things. Explosion? Becky was asking if it's an explosion with the Ariana Grande. Do you know anything about that concert, Megan?
No, I just remember hearing about it. Was that? I think that was that. When did that happen? What year was it? Was it
I
after
don't know.
Chris Watts or? Because I was talking last night on my
Oh,
stream
wow.
saying that I never imagined that I would end up in true crime, but from going from like 9/11 to true crime,
Yeah,
or like
9/11. That's another one that just has me. Whew. Um, JYD says the Ariana Grande concert was billed as sold out, but it never was. There was a bomb let off. Yep, ritual. Exactly, Kristen. Those are nothing but rituals. Just like the awards that are on TV, the Super Bowl, all those are nothing but rituals. Oh my gosh, Susan, you've got parents that these kids will bawl even listening to her music because they're so excited, but showing them these kids, taking them to the concerts, and these kids, have you seen everybody now is bringing up Dolly Parton again? She's coming back in. Did you see all the little costumes of Dolly Parton? Do you guys remember the movie Hannah Montana with Miley Cyrus, the show? My girls watched it all the time. They say Dolly Parton in real world is like a Hannah Montana. Take off her wig. People do not know who she is without her wig and stuff on. That makes total sense because she's her godmother. Yep, she's her godmother or something. Dolly was her aunt. Yeah, in the show. Yep, but now she's real life godmother. Are you there, Megan? Oh, did we lose her? Megan? Yo, you're muted. She must have muted on purpose. Yep. But they say she, in real life, she is a Hannah Montana. Nobody would, you could go to the store and you would not know who this woman is. Oh, that's fine, Megan. Her BFF just showed up. Yeah, it's crazy. You couldn't buy tickets, only the crowd was organized. A lot of shady stuff happening. A lot. You know what, Susan? I've been told that too. There's a lot of them that are dudes, I've been told. Yeah, and see, I loved Billy Ray Cyrus back in the day too. Achy Breaky Heart. I taught a line dance years ago to that song, and he about makes me want to puke now. Yeah, there's a lot of gender bending. Yep, there is. Well, you can see it. I mean, Megan is fumbling. Yeah, it's there's
What happens when you live stream it at your friend's house?
I know,
He goes,
Susan, we didn't know it back
he goes,
then, but
no, no, not Dolly. Dolly's so sweet. I have
no.
things about her.
Oh, is that what do you
Huh?
like Dolly?
No, my friend Jake, he was saying,
Oh, well, I'm sure he knows you by now and your subscribers.
yeah.
Yes, they are bloodlines, all of them. Coming, I mean, from the Rothschilds clear down. I mean, look at that Taylor Swift, that one that's with that cult. They say it's her relation. Who was her dad? He was the biggest ritual demonic person. I can't remember what her name is, but she
Oh,
looks like
I know who you mean. Oh, Anton LaVey.
Yes, yes. They're related somehow. Guaranteed. Nikki Hilton married a Rothschild. Yep. Megan Stallion. Stallion is a male horse. Megan Stallion.
Oops.
I don't know. Megan Stallion.
Do you don't know who
Yep.
she is?
Anton LaVey. Her mom was Anton's daughter. Whose mom? Taylor's mom? Anton, isn't that the one that looks like Taylor's? She's a music
I'm pretty
artist.
sure. Yeah, but I don't remember her name.
I don't either.
Oh,
Taylor
Megan
is a
Stallion. Yeah,
clone or the daughter. Yes, that's exactly of Anton LaVey. I mean, I think they're cloning too. A lot
the
of them. Xena's the
yeah.
daughter. And yes, yes, yes. Okay, so Xena, that's Taylor's daughter. Or Taylor would be her daughter, clone or whatever.
Hmm, interesting.
Anton's the dad. That was, ugh, yeah.
Yeah, he's interesting fellow. um, but I was gonna say something and I forgot. When you
Is your
something,
friend still there?
yeah, he's there. Yeah, he's here. Um, he's eating tacos. He's like, "I bought you tacos." I was like, "I'll eat them when I'm done."
Well, I can't stay on too much longer, so you can go, but I've maybe a little bit, longer, unless you want to go visit with your friend.
We can stream for just a little bit longer. Yeah, that's fine too.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, it's just so crazy. I mean, I think some of them are clones, some of them are family. You know, and then they put out stuff that's so far fetched that those are the ones that make us look like we're not telling the truth. And they look at that stuff, and I can't even think of something, but um, I don't know. You guys, lizards, the lizard people, do you believe in that?
Reptilians.
Yes. I don't know. And it's like I said, those are the things that I don't know if they're true, but they are so far fetched. But people, if they aren't, it makes us look bad. But a lot of people do. I mean, I've seen that Queen Elizabeth, and I've seen people's eyes change, but you don't ever know if it's technology or what. Just
Right.
like the anchor people that eat the flies right there on live TV with their freaking tongues that are long. Oh, yeah, the eyes are weird. They get snake eyes,
Because
the lizard
I
eyes.
really like David Icke, but then when he started with the reptilian stuff, I was like, I don't know about that. But then again, it's like I'm not going to discredit something just simply
Yeah,
because.
I'm not discrediting it either. I just wondered what you guys thought because I see things and you just don't know. I don't discredit anything anymore, to be honest. I'm a flat earther. I believe in true. I mean, it says it in the Bible that, you know, the firmament, he made the firmament, the heavens above, the waters above, the waters below to separate. Nephilims, I do believe in the Nephilims, and I do believe that that is how our pyramids were built. I
Nephilim?
believe in reptilians in a metaphorical way, like they are psychopaths without human emotions, kind of like your fallen angels, Cynthia, right? Because that's what I've wondered. JFK had a hidden sister. She was born before the doctor arrived, and the nurse shoved her back inside and made her cross her legs. What? She was deprived of oxygen for 2 hours. JFK had a hidden sister. She was born before the doctor. JFK Jr. or the president JFK?
I feel like I feel like nothing is really like truthful anymore. Like our
Explain
history
this
is
to
like this.
me. I think I'm tired, Megan. What is he saying here?
Um, if they have,
Anderson Cooper is the son of Gloria Vanderbilt. Yep.
I have
Yeah.
no idea what he's talking about. That shoving her
Yeah.
back.
Okay, the president, but if he had a sister that was born before the doctor arrived. Oh, okay. I thought you were talking before the doctor arrived to pronounce him dead. Before the doctor arrived, right after the baby sister was born. The nurse shoved her back inside and made her cross her legs. So,
What
what
is
are
that?
you saying? That
Yeah.
she was a boy, or it was something? Her name was Rosemary. Isn't there a song, Rosemary, or a movie?
Rosemary's
Something.
Baby.
Rosemary Oh, do you think it was evil or something? Or what do you think? What are you saying, Dave? I got goosebumps just now from that.
Yeah, I don't know. Like the reptilian thing, and it's just at this point, I can't discredit anything. But
Just that he had a sister
um,
that was injured, that they hid him, I'm guessing. No, I think it's something different, Becky. What he's saying. Maybe I'm looking too much into it.
I have no idea what's going on.
Part of the Biltmore family that built Biltmore House in Asheville. Totally satanic. Mm.
The Biltmore
Biltmore
family has money.
family has money. So, who's part of the Biltmore family?
Yeah, I don't know who that is or who they
Referring
are.
to Gloria Vanderbilt. Okay, yes. Yeah, that Cooper Anderson. He's another. And if you're not in the bloodline, you're not going to be on TV
That's a
and
great
become
movie.
famous. You're not, unless you are in the bloodline of all these evil, evil people. Yep, the families that control the world. Oh, yeah.
Have you seen that movie, Allison? They Live?
Yes. Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
that's a great
I
movie.
made my mom had never seen it, and we watched it a couple weekends ago, and she was like, "Oh my gosh," because like I said, she's woke up now. She sends me stuff.
Yeah, that's
Mm,
awesome. You told me that. I know. I
I
was,
love
I was explaining to my mom the other day. She was like, well, what? Like, she goes, but why do you say that about Trump or whatever, right? Like I said, I don't want to go into the politics thing, but this is a good example. And I'm like, because I can see it with my eye. Like I can see. I don't
Yep.
have to. I don't. It doesn't matter what some like the media is telling me or what they're saying. I can physically see with my own eyes, and the unless you're there, I told my mom, I said, were you there? How do you know? Because she goes, oh, she said, but they killed that kid. And I go, but did they? Like, how do you
Yeah.
know? Were you there? We don't, how do you actually know? And she goes, well, that's true. I guess, like, uh,
Yep.
you
You
know,
know,
but,
our mutual friend Jenny.
mm-hmm. Oh, do we lose her again? So you cut out, Allison.
Oh, I said, our mutual friend Pink Dahlia.
Yeah.
Well, her mom literally thinks she's gone off the deep end because of what we talk about. She's like, she thinks she needs help. Her own mother tells her that. She's like, I think
Oh,
you need help.
oh
It's
no.
so frustrating for Jenny,
I mean,
too.
can you imagine me trying to explain to my mom or try to convince my mom about the moon landings, about all the inconsistencies with the moon landings? If you think about it, it's like you're talking about someone who was there when it happened, like when they watched it on TV. And to go that many years believing something, and then to have somebody turn around and say everything that you believe for all those years is false, it would be
Yep.
very like overwhelming and shocking, and so I have to like remember sometimes that to put myself in other people's shoes, because it would, if it was me, I would be like, what are you talking about? Like, I saw it happen, and to believe something after that many years, it would be very difficult, I think. But and of
Yep.
course she watched the show, right? Like on science, it was like there was like a conspiracy theorist guy, and then there was like a retired astronaut, and the other one was an FBI agent guy. It was on like the Science Channel or something. And so they went around investigating it, to have a different opinion on everything, or like a, a government opinion, based opinion, and then a professional opinion, someone who was actually there, right? And then you have the conspiracy. So they had all those angles. But then, of course, when the show was over, it came down to like, no, it was real. Like, and it's just a conspiracy. All these other things are just conspiracies. But after she watched that show, she's like, yeah, that is true. Like, why? How did they do that? And I'm like, okay, she doesn't believe her daughter, but then she'll believe that. But whatever it takes, I don't care. Like if she has to hear it from somebody else, even if though it's a show that's, when it comes down to it, it's just going to go with the narrative. If that's what it takes for her to like, see some things that are inconsistent, then great.
Yep.
Whatever it
Good
takes.
night, Susan.
Night,
Thank you for
Susan.
coming in. Make
Yes.
sure you hit the thumbs up before you leave if you haven't already. Let's see. Kristen says, brilliant plan with Trump to get the Christians on board. Yep. A billionaire selling $3 Bibles from China to his flock for 60. Admit he's not a Christian, loves to recite the snake poem. Yes, he does. He did that in Des Moines at his rally. He sure did.
He did the snake poem in Des Moines.
Yep, the snake poem. Yes, he did.
Interesting.
He sure did. Ugh.
I told you, I sent you those screenshots of that I found on the Internet Archive about the Antichrist, and how, like, I don't know a whole lot about the Antichrist or whatever, but I sent you that, right? How it
Yep.
was like he's gonna, shock people with his like uprising, and then he's gonna be a charismatic person, but he's not gonna be charismatic because we know that Trump's not charismatic. But the fact that he'll win charisma from being wounded in some sort of way, and he'll get sympathy from being wounded or having some sort of
Yep.
wound or having some sort of defect, like Gorbachev
Yep.
read. And then it was like, and then he's about how he's all about, it's all about Jerusalem and the Jews, and that's all that Trump talks about, is how he's pro-Israel, and and he's got a lot of family members that are Jewish or whatever.
It's
Like,
it's
and
crazy. And people don't see this. That's what blows
oh,
me away.
and what's crazy, the craziest part is like, because I was telling Jake, my friend, my best friend, he was housing that, because he's a Trump fan.
Becky, I was a huge Trump supporter. My whole family was. My fiance was. Let me tell you, once you see it, and you will, you can't unsee it.
Yeah.
Especially you've got all these people all over social media. He's going to save us. He's going to save us. They don't even, did you guys know back in 2000 and February of 2024, he was awarded the Prince of, the Prince of, hold on here, the Prince of Peace Award. Look it up. February 2024, Trump was awarded the Prince of Peace.
Nice.
Mm-mm-mm.
Let me just find that article real quick so I can just like read it word for word here. Where is it at?
Yep, he was, Becky. I mean, they all think they call him King, the King. All this. I mean, they look up to him more than they do God. That
Mm-hmm.
should tell people something right there. That's not normal. And yes, he likes to throw that he's a Christian and talks about God, and but just like the snake poem.
Right. So
Nope.
it says here, it says,
I could back up so much by scripture that points to Trump being the Antichrist. The only thing, I wondered that too, but then I think he's got to be good looking unless they convert him back to younger because he's
I
supposed to
mean,
be
he used to be
young.
good looking, now he's
Yeah,
over 70 years
I
old.
never thought he was good
I
looking.
mean, I think I don't think he was, but I think
Um,
that he was
and
not.
then you wonder, anti is against Christ. Is there several antichrists? I wonder that too. But to me, the antichrist, if I would have to pick one person, I'm going to say that Baron Trump. He's young, he's good looking, he's charisma. Everybody loves him. Even the Democrats think he's such a good, I guess
Because,
we will see. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of people deceived. I just hope and pray to God I'm not one of them.
so
That's
how
why
like
I am.
he was saying how he was gonna like talk to Putin, and he was gonna, if he was elected, that he was gonna end the war and have so that Putin ends the war, and that um he's gonna have like just stop all this war. And he's like, no, there's no wars when I was president. Well, it says here in the book, it says he will be a man of war, but his public image will be that he is a man of peace.
Yeah.
So
Well, he was awarded
interesting.
that
And
peace
then it says,
award.
what does it say? It says something about like what is it?
I gotta walk
Something
my
about
truck
like
out.
saving mankind, pretty much, or like stopping people from dying. And that's what he's doing by ending the war. And then like a day or two after he wins the presidency, like all of a sudden China's like, hey, we want to be cool with you. Like,
Yeah.
and then it's like, oh well, because he's really intimidating. It's like, no, it's because it's like it's scripted.
Another thing that I wonder about as far as, like the Bible and stuff, they they talk about, people, in the end times people will want to die but won't be able to. Have you guys seen all these med beds coming out?
Med beds.
They're called med beds. You go in a bed and it heals you and takes you back to your youth. Oh yeah. It's crazy. They've already got the first one was put up in Pennsylvania, but you've heard of them, Becky? Your husband talks about this, what I just mentioned about people would want to die and can't in the med beds, or are we talking about something different? Yeah, Becky, absolutely. Yeah, it's crazy. Yep.
I just can't get over the shoe thing. I'm like, because I was trying to give him a benefit of the doubt. I'm like, well, maybe he's doing it so that he can secure his spot in the presidency. So he's getting sympathy from as many people as he can, because he got shot in the ear and and he almost lost his life. Like, but then, and it sounds so ridiculous. And we talked about this yesterday on my way to work, that the shoe thing sounds so ridiculous, especially if you don't know about it. It's like, what do you mean the shoes sealed the deal for you? Like, they did, because it's just, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like, I'm like, yep, nope. He's definitely not doing
Yeah.
it just to make, better, to make sure he secures his spot in the presidency, to make our lives better and America great. Like, it's like, no, he's a part of it. Like,
Yeah.
unfortunately. But I can't go
Yeah.
and tell anybody. They can't go, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean it's sealed the deal for you? Why don't you like Trump? Oh, because he asked for his shoes. How ridiculous that sounds if you don't
Yeah.
know anything about it. Like, but it makes sense if you know about it. It all makes sense.
Yeah. Yep.
And I tried to be on the Trump train or whatever. But I always said that they all sleep in the same bed. They all sleep in the same bed. Like, the
Yeah.
reason why we shouldn't have Republicans and Democrats, but the reason, like Bill Cooper said it best, he's like, as long as we have left and right, we're always going to be divided, and that's what they want. It's always going to be
Yeah.
division.
Yes. Earth is a hell planet. What did I do? Yeah. It definitely is.
And that's like, it seems like it's always distraction and division. Like, look at the Ruseks did. They like inserted themselves in social media, and they caused the shiners and the what do they call the Watts people like, that supported the Watts? I don't know.
Um,
Some
shining,
shiners and something, but
yeah,
like and told completely caused chaos and division, and like
yeah,
I don't understand how people can't see that. And it's like I don't care if they're real victims or not. Like you don't have the right to contradict yourself and be hypocritical. Like
twats,
it doesn't
lol, Cynthia
being a
said.
victim doesn't make you immune from being dickheads. You know, like
Yeah,
but it works. The victim card works because it's like how dare you question anything that like
into politics.
yeah
According to the Bible, I haven't voted for 5 years or so, 4 years, and I won't. But I'm getting sleepy, Megan.
hey nugget butts. Okay, yeah,
Oh,
you just missed
shoot.
the nugget.
Well, I'm
Yeah,
going
no,
to take
I'm
off.
hungry too. But so we're gonna try. Allison and I are gonna try to. Oh, bye, Allison. Well, thank you for coming on. We're gonna try and do this more often. Maybe we can go on her channel too. But I'll talk to her about that and see what she wants to do. But we're gonna try to be more active, and you know, we'll try not to maybe jump all over the place. But I don't know. I kind of enjoy these streams, live streams talking about just everything. But so we're gonna try and do those more for sure. But I appreciate you guys all being here, and thank you again, Allison. Always a pleasure to have you up here and to hear what you have to say. Um, so thank you guys again, and I'm gonna try and do a live stream tomorrow also, but um, no promises. But I'm definitely gonna try because I got all weekend off. So hope everyone has a good night, and I'll see you guys next time.